Dan Larson here at the photo booth with some stuff sent into the P.O. box. Up first here we've got J.C. Foster from Overland Park, Kansas. Inside we have quite a few things here. Let me see if there's a letter first. There is a letter first here. Oh my gosh, it's sealed. They're very rarely sealed. And hey Dan, here's box number 3 from me, which I believe grants me official friend of the show status. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to check the bylaws. Also, box 3, I guess I would have to also go back and check when box 1 and 2 came in. I'm sure JC is telling the truth. This one isn't as jam-packed as the last, but I still think you'll find these items interesting. I'm not going to read the rest of this because it actually gives away what's inside the box here. Up first, I'm just going to grab this piece right off the top. The Photon, Thieves of Light, the ultimate game on planet Earth, book by Michael Hudson. I don't recall if this has ever come up on the show before. In fact, did we even cover Photon? Yeah, we covered Photon. Yeah, it was the tokusatsu style live action TV show. That's right. It's, we've done so many episodes at this point that it is really, really hard to keep track of. Have we done a show? Is it on the list? Is it something we've talked about doing an episode for? Am I thinking of laser tag? There's a lot. There's a lot. Look at this book. Look at the quality of this. Can you see the shiny, like it's embossed, but then it's also got metallic ink. That is sharp. In fact, this actually makes me want to read the book. There's no pictures or anything, which is unfortunate. So I'll just have to use my imagination, but that's pretty cool. This is from 86, 87, perhaps. Copyright 87. All right. Very cool. All right. So we got a book. First off, a cool looking book. Next up, we got some translucent stuff. This is, what do we got on here? Buy, sell, trade. We want to buy your toys, comics, cards, collectibles, get cash, or get 50% more with a cooler than cash card. All right. Vintage stock. I'm assuming that's local to JC there. I don't know what this guy is. This looks like one of those knockoff ninjas that you might see. Look at his poor drooping sword here. That's... There's a pill for that. We'll just take that out of his. We'll take that out of his hand. Look at this. Got tiny little ninja stars, tiny little translucent ninja stars. These are, I assume, these are knee pads here, because he's already got forearm guards up top, and then another bent sword sticking in his back. They're just a really soft plastic. It's got them loose hips. I don't think this is an actual knockoff of anything, because I don't think this is actually based on any particular action figure. Maybe some kind of Toy Biz piece. Look at the angle on these feet. There's no way this dude is standing up. Like, his feet have him tilted backwards. You'd have to stand him like this just to get him to stand up. But he is deliciously translucent, and not a bad character design overall. It's a cool ninja mask, some cool stuff here. He's got some gear. Oh, this is like a holster for his 6-shooter. For his translucent 6-shooter. All right. Now we're talking. We got this. What is this? This is some sort of knife or switchblade or something. I think it's actually, like a little switchblade. Maybe it's a switchblade comb. So he's got 2 ninja stars, 2 swords, a 6-shooter, a holster, and some knee pads. Not bad. That's cool. Definitely a piece I did not already have in my regular collection or my translucent collection. And here's the other version. We got a red version as well. Ouch. These staples. Ow. All right, there we go. Staples out of here. 1 sword, 2 swords. Ooh, boy. Same weapons here. I assume everything's going to be the same. We got the switchblade comb, holster, clear red, cherry flavored 6-shooter, knee pads. Only 1 ninja star, but I'm sure that's not JC's fault. Those things look like they get lost real easily. They are tiny. And translucent, same figure. No knees, we got elbows, no waist, so just 5 POA, but not where you'd think it would be. Those are fun. 2 screws in the back. I was looking for maybe it was like a light up type thing, but no, we're not blowing the budget on batteries and lighting mechanisms. So we got two translucent ninjas there. Space samurai. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. And in here, ooh, we'll save that for last. Over here we've got, oh man, look at this. What is going on here? What is going on here? Let me give you a better view of this. We have an assortment, a huge assortment of hard plastic swords, all inspired, mostly, I would guess, inspired here by Masters of the Universe. 3, 4, we got 4, 5. We got 5 different kinds of swords in a variety of colors, including just the straight up, power sword. And they're hard plastic, like they're like cocktail swords that you might find, or like the swords that you put for like hors d'oeuvres and stuff at fancy parties. But this is a trip. I will definitely be using these with my vintage He-Man or Origins. I don't really have that many. I don't have that many Origins, and the ones that I do have. Let me grab one. Hang on one second. Why have these figures if you're not going to use them in the booth? Got Battle Armor He-Man here because my well, this is actually battle damaged Battle Armor He-Man because my regular Battle Armor He-Man is over on the bookshelves riding Stridor, and my regular He-Man is over on the shelves over there riding Battle Cat. So let's see if one of these swords fits. Just give me a regular old power sword here. See if this works without breaking, because the little handguard thing here is real close, so it may end up actually, and the plastic feels like it's gonna break. But let's see if I can get it in his hand. Maybe this way. I might have to actually cut that little handguard off because it doesn't want to go in there. But that's with the thumb sort of pressed up against the handguard. And that works well enough. Those are fun. Those are fun. Maybe it works better in the left hand here based on where the handguard is. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the fingers don't want to really fit through the handguard space. It's real tight in there. There we go. Maybe, sort of. All right, let's try a different sword here. Let's try this sword. This is the sword that comes with the Castle Grayskull gear. That works. Those are fun. I dig those. Those are really great. That's good. I like that. That's a weird sort of unexpected thing. Didn't know there was a thing that, I don't know. I'll have to read it. Yeah, let me check the letter real quick here from JC and see what the story actually is behind these. He-Man weapons. So for the translucent figures, he says, I have no idea what these are, but come on, just look at them. And he's right. Just look at them. He-Man weapons. I got these bootleg Masters of the Universe weapons off an eBay seller from Mexico. Turns out there's quite a bootleg market there with some pretty wild looking toys. Well, you're not wrong on that. You are absolutely not wrong on that at all. Also in here, we've got a carded Sauron. I think it's only Sauron if it's Lord of the Rings. Toy Biz Sauron from back in the day. This, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is the reissue version, because I want to say, yeah, you can see here. Maybe you can't see here. The original version is pictured on the card here, and he's just got regular colored over trousers. And here they're like he's got fancy gold trousers on. And I believe that's the distinguishing feature between the sort of first release and second release. Because I want to say I do have a version. This was one of the first Toy Biz figures I got back in the day. Wolverine for sure. Spider-Man. I'm not sure which ones. Eventually I got them all. Every single figure pictured here, I had every single one of these in my collection. But Sauron was definitely one of the ones that convinced me that that a new age of action figures was upon us. We were doing weird characters with cool card art, guys that, like even outside of X-Men, I still would have been like, oh shoot, a pterodactyl guy, a terrible lizard. You know what? I gotta grab this. my Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. Just to do the quick comparison of how far we've come. You know, the idea that this figure would even get made back in the day was just a treat, you know, to be able to see that. Oh, and yeah, you know, the other thing is, I don't think the first release came with the trading card either. That's definitely something I don't remember. So there's an Ahab X-Force or X-Men trading card back there, and I absolutely don't remember that being something that was released with it. And I would not have bought the second version, having, you know, currently owned the first version at the time. So that's really cool. That's cool. I think I have a couple other Toy Biz Marvel figures still carded, maybe like an Iceman. I had a Mojo. I'm not sure if I still have it. It's absolutely not something that I collect. So, you know, if you have one laying around, I'm not looking to acquire it or anything, but seeing that one again is still really, really cool. Last thing in the box is this must have been, I wonder if this was part of the Masters of the Universe weapons. Got the Los Amos logo on there. This is, looks like it's been copied and then copied again and then copied again and copied again. You know, you can almost see the pixelation on it, but it's neat to see that there and have that Los Amos logo on there. And then what do we have in this bag? We've got a Build-A-Figure Giant Man leg, a Dormammu maybe, and then a Build-A-Figure Giant Man head. What do we got here? Captain America, the First Avenger, EFX Collectibles. We're gonna open that right up, see what's in it. Ooh, Hydra pin. That's a quality pin there. I don't collect pins, but like most people at this point, I have a pin collection. Most of my pins are from back when I worked at movie theaters, and you know, we used to just get sample pins all the time. But you know, every once in a while I see one I like. But to say that I collect pins would not be correct. Oh, look at this: Street Fighter, Fievel Goes West, Starship Troopers, nice. And then in here, what do we got? Skeleton Warriors, more Skeleton Warriors. Those are pretty cool. The Gorgon. And, Starship Troopers. I'm going to guess this is similar to what the packs are. Starship Troopers. It's Afraid. Starship Troopers. Nice. And then, T2. Very cool. Nice. Terminator 2. I can hear the Guns N' Roses. There you go. Look at that. Some cross marketing. And then, what is this? Sports Illustrated swimsuit models and Spawn. We're 90s all over the place here. I'm guessing most of this is either Capulo or art by Chris Sprouse. Nice. Very cool. Oh, is Spawn crying? Sad Spawn. You know, Spawn, I definitely... Oh, look at this. That's cool. It says... this is early enough that it still says Todd Toys on it. Promoting Spawn, Youngblood, and Wetworks action figures. It said Todd Toys, and then it changed because... I mean, obviously it's called Todd Toys because Todd McFarlane. But Mattel didn't love the fact that Todd McFarlane was out there with a toy company that had the same name as one of their main Barbie character dolls, Todd. And so McFarlane decided to go ahead and change that name. Next up, we have, I think the name is pronounced Rowan Robinson. Oop, I just hit my mic. From the Bahamas. This is unintentional. I swear this is unintentional placement of the box here. I did not send him this box. This box just happened to come in like this. Inside, check this out. We have a Exo Squad ship. I do not remember what the name of this ship was. It's not a piece that I had when I was a kid. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what all the buttons do. We've got all kinds of shooty parts and moving parts. I don't know if these are wings or they look almost more like arms. We got all these bits hanging off of this thing. Definitely kind of a weird sort of transforming type of thing here. And then I don't know if the cockpit has an actual switch to open it. A little clamp there sticking off the front. So many clampy things. I do not know where all the buttons and stuff on this are. Ooh, look at that. You got the power cell in the back there. Missing some stuff on top here. This looks like it had either a light up function, lasers, something like that. And then cockpit. Oh, somebody's arm is in here. No idea whose arm that is. If you know, let me know in the comments. Almost looks like it belongs on Sauron over there. That's a cool piece, though. Definitely one I did not have as a kid. And I had, as a kid, you know, I say Exo Squad I was definitely in my teens for Exo Squad. And I loved it. I loved the sort of the pieces that I had, which was just a couple of the core, you know, exo suits, and then some of the accessory pack suits as well. Just another neat sort of toy line that I'd never expected to see get created in my lifetime. All right, in the bottom of the box here, we've got a little coin. Not sure what this is from. If this is something you're familiar with, let me know. We've got like a dragon on one side and then a wizard or cleric or just some old dude on the other side. Not sure. And then we also have a series. Oh, there's a postcard inside here. Maybe that'll have some more information for us. Get the box out of the way. I think this is empty. If it's not, the card will let us know. Claude from Heroes Season 2 comes with his little pigeon, comes with a little wallet. Those are nice 6-inch scale accessories and bits. Got a staff, and then, of course, just a sweet translucent figure. Not sure about the articulation on these. I don't think I've ever owned a Heroes figure. This logo looks familiar for some reason. But man, what a show. What a popular show at the time. I didn't watch the whole thing. I got to it late. I didn't want to fall for the hype. You know, to me, it felt like it was like, okay, it's like, you know, it's a superhero show, but it felt like the kind of thing that was going to try to hook you every week and then never resolve some of their, you know, long running plot things. And those kinds of shows annoy me. I want to know that there's actually going to be an end and explanation to stuff. So yeah, I never watched X-Files. I never watched Twin Peaks, any of those kinds of shows. But I did eventually pick up Heroes and did like what I watched. But I don't think I made it to the end of the series, unfortunately. This guy's seen better days. I'm sure it was much more, you know, clear when it was released as opposed to now, which is very common with translucent figures where they start to yellow. Just it, not necessarily, even the package, I don't know if you can see it on camera here, but even the package is yellowing, and that's just the nature of plastics and time and exposure. Let me see if there was anything on the card here. Dear Toy Galaxy, I hope this finds you in good health and that 2022 is full of uplifting surprises. Thank you for the very, very nice comment, Rowan. Boy, this handwriting is real small. I would promote his Instagram, but I honestly cannot read it. Oh man, Instagram. Rowanation, I think that's what it is. ROUENATION. Instagram.com/Rowanation. So we got Neofighter Space E-Frame from Exo Squad. Claude from Heroes. Those were supposed to be around 2019. Hurricane delayed sending this in sooner. And then I don't see a description. Build-A-Figure arm from, Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what the arm is. It's a Build-A-Figure arm from Pirates of the Caribbean. And Neofighter. I don't see what the description of the coin is. Rowan, if you're watching now, please let me know in the comments what the coin is from. That's something I'm not familiar with. Definitely would like to know. That's that box. And then last up, we've got a package from Chris Hill, aka Hillsy, and this is a really, really fun batch of stuff here. I forget sometimes, you know, how much I talk about specific things. You know, I'm very enthusiastic about a very specific, limited amount of things. I try to be enthusiastic about everything, but, you know, there are obviously things that come up over and over and over again in our videos. And Ilzy has absolutely picked up on that for sure. This is an incredible thing. This is a MOOC. It's a magazine book. It says right here, official MOOC. 1981. It was not published in 1981. It's much, much newer than that. But basically what they did was this publisher, Toei probably, went through and basically made a magazine book like this for every Super Sentai series that had been made. And I think they're still making them for the newer series. I'm not 100% positive, but I only found out about these maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and, you know, looked up some of the prices and was like, well, I'm not getting any of those. But then I actually did look around and you know, Mike Case and I had been watching through a bunch of the Super Sentai series, and we had started with Jetman. And that book was actually, that MOOC was actually pretty affordable. Again, it's got to be like 8 or 9 months ago at this point. So I was able to get that one and was like, well, you know, as I go to conventions or shows or see stuff on eBay, maybe I'll be able to grab, you know, one here and there. But I was like, you know, Sun Vulcan, Denjimon, you know, Golgu 5, the ones that I watched as a kid, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get those. They probably had lower print runs and prices are probably a bit more prohibitive. But here it is. Here's Sun Vulcan right here. That is, it's really, really cool. You know, seeing this kind of thing just really, really takes me back to, oh, look, it's even got a setup, or I guess this is other teams around the area, because you got Golgu 5, Battle Fever J, Go Ranger up here, and then you've got like all of the monsters that ever appeared on the show. You've got, you know, the head bad guys, and then all the sort of heroes, creators, writers, and stuff who worked on the show. There he is, Sharka's favorite. Absolutely. Very, very cool. Just, these guys are this team especially is like my childhood heroes. As much as Spider-Man or Batman is to, you know, kids in the US, like I put them right in the exact same category because I was into them around the same time that I was learning about characters like Superman or Batman or Spider-Man or anything. And look at this, Sofubi Vull Eagle with his 2 POA, 3 POA, 3 POA. Okay, he's got a waist. You know, there's not a lot of Sun Vulcan stuff out there anymore. I've got my, you know, 3 SH Figuarts figures. I've got 2 of the 3 vintage Poppy World Heroes figures. I'm still missing Vull Eagle on that set. And then there's just not that much other stuff. You know, Shoto, Super Shoto did a series of figures recently, but it was like $100 for 3 4-inch like model kit style figures, and I couldn't drop that much on those figures, regardless of how much I do like this team. The Figure Arts figures were enough, but this is really awesome, and this is not vintage, I don't think. 2011, so I will definitely see if I can track down the Shark and Panther. That's the other thing about Sun Vulcan. There's only 3 characters, so you don't have to work that hard to complete the set. But I'll definitely see if I can track down the Shark and the Panther on this. We've also got this keychain or medallion of some sort. This looks vintage to me. We've got Vulcan Robo, their giant mech to fight all the giant-sized kaiju at the end of every episode. That's a really cool piece. We've also got is properly packed in here. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also, if I'm not mistaken, a vintage piece, so I appreciate the careful packing. Never seen one of these in person. They pop up whenever you do a search for anything Sun Vulcan. So it's I can't even call it SD because, you know, it doesn't have those SD proportions. Poppy, no date on there. But yeah, I'm positive this is vintage. So it's not SD because it's not proportionate. Like SD would have a bigger head and bigger arms, but you can see that the legs are still on there. And, you know, the arms should be a little bit longer, and the very, very stout torso. And I don't know if I really want to wind it up. There he goes. Off to battle kaiju. Very cool. Very cool. That's a neat piece. And you know, I don't really have that much stuff just in a general Sun Vulcan collection. Just like I said, there's just not that much stuff out there. I have a few pieces left over from when I was a kid. My wife, for Christmas a couple years ago, got me the full, you know, die-cast deluxe toy version in the box. There's probably a video about it somewhere on regular Toy Galaxy. And so that's neat to have as well. This is a tiny little, probably like a Gashapon quarter machine, or just a very inexpensive version of... I can never remember if this is Car Ranger or Turbo Ranger, because I can never remember if Turbo Ranger came first. I think this is Car Ranger. No, I think this is Turbo Ranger, because I want to say the name Turbo Ranger got used for Car Ranger in the US, and this is... I don't remember. But that's him. And then last, but certainly not least... we've got two little Gashapon, eraser style. These would have come out of, like, 10 yen or 5 yen, like quarter machines basically in Japan. These look vintage to me, but I don't know for sure if they are. They just remind me of the ones that I actually had as a kid when I lived in Japan. So you've got a Goof from Mobile Suit Gundam, the original Gundam, and then you got a Gun Tank from Mobile Suit Gundam. My hand is like shaking as I'm trying to hold this thing. It's so tiny. So those are really, really cool. One of my absolute regrets is being a dumb kid, and we had so many of these when we left Japan, and just buckets of them. And I went through a phase where I would just cut them up and use a magnifying glass to melt them and burn them. I just no sense of how rare they were for being in the U.S. at the time. And how important they would be to me later on in life, and how hard they would be to find. So this is a nostalgia trip for me. This takes me back. So Hilsey, I really, really appreciate this. I appreciate everything that everybody sent in today, but these couple of pieces here really hit a little different. So that's very, very cool, and I thank you very, very much. Everybody else, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you very much to those of you who already are. Head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/toygalaxy for all kinds of extras related to our main channel, our history of videos, and behind the scenes stuff. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite piece of this lot was. Thanks for watching. Later.